Okay, welcome back everybody. I'm going to try to record again. For some reason, it just stopped. So we'll see if I can continue to record while I'm running my Cameo silhouette machine. So we'll give it one more try. If not, thanks for watching. I mean, I'll still be here. I can still be live, but I don't know if I can still record. We'll give it another try, guys. So thanks everybody. I just want to do a face-to-face every now and then so y'all know that I'm not just two hands. I think the last time I did the recording was when Jen was, a face-to-face was when Jen was here. I just don't do very, because you can't see anything I'm doing, right? So, yay, our bees are done. Let's see how this did. And this was a test because I readjusted my blade. Yeah, see, I don't know. Some of them look like they did. I readjusted my blade and I don't think I put it deep enough. But we'll see if we can get a bee out of this. They're very detailed. And then if not, I want to cut some arrows, some tabs, and some other things. So yeah, I didn't cut it deep enough. All that cutting, it wasn't deep enough. These bees are so detailed. Yeah, I got to go deeper. Okay, that was a fail. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. No, I'm just kidding. Let me cut some tabs. I need to find my, where did I put? I rearranged because I rearranged the room again so that I'm not sitting over here by the window. I'm sitting over here. Before I was on this side of the room. That's where me and Jen were. This table was behind me over on this side. Then I moved it over here to the window and now I moved it over here. So that being said, I don't know where I did with my, I'm thinking, where did I put my palette knife? Because I scrape with the palette knife. And I don't know. Well, I have this. Yeah, here it is. I scrape with just a little metal palette knife. Everything's backwards to me, guys, so I have to. Okay, so there's not much. Let me get my trash. There's not much left over on my mat because it didn't cut. I need to cut it deeper. All right, that being said, let's try another piece of paper here. Another piece of cardstock. Let me load that baby up. Oh wait, let me change the blade. Cut it deeper. Okay. Okay, if you have any questions, still put them in caps. All right, I'm not going to be able to see for just a second while I go to the software, the Cameo software. Okay, let's close this out. All right, let me go over to my library here and find some tabs. Tabs, designs, shapes. I think it's under shapes. Nope. I got shapes, but I don't have my tabs. Where are they? Where's my tabs? Ah, tags. Tags. There we go. Okay. We're going to cut some tabs here. And that's pretty good size. 2 inches, about a little over 2 inches for the tabs. Let me see, where's my book? The ones I made, I think there were 1 inch. I got to make these a little bit littler. I think these will be too big. Let's make them a little bit smaller. Okay, cardstock. Let's see. We'll see if that's going to work, guys. Sometimes it takes a little playing around. Hey, Karen B. All right, so now I'm going to cut some tabs for, to tab your books, journals, whatever. I got to sit on my feet or I'm not comfortable. So anyway, yeah, I'm making some extra little paper clips for giveaways. So sometimes you have to play with your settings to get it right depending on the paper and all. Hey Kimberly, anybody else popping in? I hope y'all can hear me because like I said, without it being too loud, because the microphone's on my camera up there. So I could do like a studio view. Okay, this one could get 2 out of it. Okay, thanks, May. I just don't want to sound like I'm shouting at you guys, but right now, Karen, I'm cutting out some tabs on my Cameo for the Society Idea Collector girls or whoever's in it, so I can send some extra little tabs and little paper clips. I have some ideas for some little envelopes and giveaways for people that are in the Society of Idea Collectors. Shh. See, that was quick because it wasn't detailed. Let me do this one. So when they're not detailed like that, it really cuts kind of quick. So yeah. Let me fix this one here. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. I didn't cut, they almost did, well, yeah, they did. Okay, they cut okay. I thought I'm having to pop them out, and usually it does, you don't have to pop them out, but they cut fine. So, yeah. So I'll show you the negative space so you can see what I'm cutting out. This one's a double, so you can fold these. I think I should do more of the fold kind. Let me show you what we're doing here. Hang on. Let me pop these out, and then I'll show you the negative space so you can see what I'm cutting. Actually, I could have probably squeezed in more on this paper, but I wanted to test to make sure the blade. All right, so this is what I cut, these. I cut these tabs out. You're smoochless. Okay, so this is what I cut. But you can see I could have moved this over, and I could have isolated some of these and cut more. But this is the size that I really did want them. So I think that's a good size for a tab. It's like around a little less, I think it's about 2 inches. Do y'all think that's too big? Should they be smaller? I mean, you got to be able to write on them, right? Uh-oh. So I'll just keep this bottom half here for because that's still a good piece of cardstock. I'm not keeping this for stencils, but you could. Okay, so let's cut some more tabs. Maybe I can make them a little bit more. Make another, well, that's that's a good size. You make them any smaller, it's too hard to write on. That's a good size, perfect size, thanks. Yeah, okay, we'll just keep that then. All right, so I'm gonna make a bunch of these. And I'm also making, and some of them, a few of them are just like you saw in here. Half of them, maybe I should not make those because these are only one-sided tabs. These two, smash together. So you can put this double-sided, fold them over. These aren't fold-overs right here. Those are just one-sided. So it's probably be better. Be able to see them. Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying these 2 inches are pretty good. And I'm cutting them all out in white so we can paint them ourselves. Paint, ink, color pencil, whatever. Did I put that in there? Okay, let me go over to my software. All right, so let's see. I wonder if I can let's move those off. So I'll get rid of the I'll get rid of the tabs that are not, let me duplicate this. Let's see, let's flip horizontally, and then I can get rid of the other side. So I'll just keep, move that up. I'll just keep the ones that flip over. So let me see if I can duplicate this 3 times and just get rid of the tabs that I don't want. Okay, so now let's duplicate it one more time. Let's see if I can flip horizontally. No, I need to flip vertically. There we go. Is that right? Yeah. All right, so now let me just make them a little bit smaller. Hang on, guys, I want to make them 2 inches. They're about. And then these down here. I can't see you guys when I'm doing the software. Covers up the whole screen. Let's see, did I get them on there? I think I got them all on there. This one I can move over. This one I can move up. Okay, I think I got 3 sets of the fold over tabs. Okay, let's see. Cardstock. I don't use it enough is what my problem is. Do you think I could decoupage napkins on rocks? Yes, you can decoupage. I would paint the rocks white though, because if you peel off a napkin, just like if you're doing it on paper, Cat, when you peel off the napkins off the white backing, they're almost translucent. So if you tried to decoupage the napkins onto a gray rock, it's going to be gray. So you need to paint the rock white so that your image is bright, just like on paper. Yeah, and again, Pat's saying if you're going to put them outside, you'd want to use something that's waterproof. Well, matte medium, that'll waterproof it, but I would probably varnish them glossy, make them pretty. I used to have a book on rocks, painting rocks. I don't know if I still have it out. It's probably downstairs. I should probably go look and see if I still have it. You're welcome, Kat. Off topic, but I'm often not able to catch you live. Hey, Jen M. I have a jar of glue, water, golden matte. A jar of glue water, golden matte medium, and I had to dump it down the sink. You know what I do? I dump it in my yard. I just dump it out in the yard, in the dirt part of the garden, or in a corner of the yard. I have a big yard, so I never had it make a brown spot or anything in my grass. But I just put it in the yard, and it just gets watered in with the rain, and yeah, I wouldn't dump matte medium water down the drain either. I mean, it's non-toxic. But it's still glued down the drain, right? I do have one, Janet. Okay, this is all right. I'll be right back. Oops, almost knocked over my lamp here. Just don't do that. All right, I'll be right back. I'll see if I can find it. It might be up here. I found 3 other books, but I didn't find the rock one. I'm thinking it could be up here. Oh, well, wait a minute. All right, more tabs. Okay, so, yeah, this, I got as many as I could on the page by adjusting the layout. So you can see, and I just only kept the ones that were flip overs, fold overs, not the singles, because those will be the best. You can also cut these out on, like, I'll do one on cards. Well, I think I'll keep them plain because we're going to paint them. You can also cut them out on your scrapbook cardstock to make them pretty, as long as you can still write on them your topics. Okay. All right. So anyway, guys, we're still recording. We're still here. Okay. Oh, I did cut some out that were, well, a couple that were not doubles. But I got a whole page this time. Okay, so you can see I got all those. All right, a couple here. Where's my... And I use also, who was asking? Not Cat. Who was asking me about the settings? Anyway, I also use a low grip by Cricut. It's not the Cameo Silhouette Matte. It's a Cricut matte, and it's low grip. I think that's what it's called. Light grip. Light grip. So it's not as sticky. It's still sticky, but it's not as sticky as the Cameo one. All right, so I need to get another sheet going here while I'm looking for books. Wait, do I need to move that up? So anyway, guys, yeah, I just thought I'd come and talk and hang out. Do a face-to-face every 6 months. Okay, let's make sure that's is stuck down. Let me go back over here. Let's do another cut. Hey, Lori. Okay, right, so I'm thinking up over here. You can't see my bookcases are over here in this corner. So hang on, guys. Let me come over here and look a minute. It's not on this side, I know. And I may have given it away. I may have already given it away or something, so I don't know. Because I haven't really looked for painted rocks. But there's an awesome book out there on it. If you don't know that there is an awesome book out there on it. Okay, let me look on this side. Oh, I got chip carving. I'm seeing some books I forgot I had. Just a minute. If you're watching this recording, just fast forward. Don't email me. Okay, I can't find the painted rock one. I don't know what I did with the painted rocks. But I did come across these downstairs. Floor cloths, painting floor cloths. Who did this back in the day? The Decoupage Gallery, which I don't know if that has anything in here. I think it's just pretty much all a collection of like clip art type things. Which I should use this stuff, right? In my collage. It's kind of like a clip art book, but this one, some of my the newer versions of my clip art have CDs with them. You can print them out. I just don't like doing that. So. But most of my old ones, like Dover ones, you know, they're really old clip art, like from the 90s. Probably some of them from the 80s. Of course, you can get all this stuff online now. Hey, Twinkle Toes, so you see. And then the last one I found, this one's not that old. This is the Metal Craft. This is kind of like Seth Apter does this kind of stuff now, and a couple others with like, and I don't even know if he uses like any, well, I guess he probably uses some real metal bits, but this was Metal Craft Discovery Workshop, and it's a husband and wife team, and this came out in 2005. Eileen probably has it, and I'll have to, when I turn the camera around, I'll kind of show these again. I just came across them on my bookshelf while I was looking for the Painted Rock, the Painted Rocks book, but I can't find the Painted Rock book, but here's the, okay. All right, I think I'll have enough tabs for now. Well, I don't know. Probably never can have enough tabs. I probably should do one more sheet of tabs, just to make sure I have plenty, because I'm going to give some away. You do? See? Eileen does have that Metal Craft book. I knew it. Why did I know that? I knew that, Eileen. Do you have the Painted Rock one, too, that I can't find? She probably does have the Painted Rock one. Okay, I got a little, there is a little on this edge here that needs a little cut off. I'm just tearing it. Should cut it right along the edge. Okay, so these all turned out pretty good. I know, Eileen, you're so funny. Okay. All right. And then I got a couple still stuck on here. I just used my little metal palette knife. This thing here. I'm trying to get it somewhere you can see this. You don't have the, I know, I mean, I could have given it away to somebody, but I don't remember who or when or what. So, but I could still have it on the shelf somewhere. I just didn't take much time to look for it because I didn't want to leave y'all up here and the chance that it would stop recording. So, so far we're doing okay recording, so we'll see. All right, let's do one more set of tabs. All right, back to the software. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Oh, so back to my paper clips. I'm making the paper clips too. Just separate these. So I'm just making the little paper clip flag things. This one needs a trim. So welcome to my studio. I just don't do many face-to-face, so I thought, well, I'm going to cut today, so we will do so. There's a little string there. Oh, if y'all weren't here, Eileen, and anybody else that wasn't here earlier, I took my blade off to readjust it, and there was a string. Like, I don't know how long it was, but it was a whole string wrapped around that tiny diamond blade. How does that even happen? But it did. So, it was, I thought I kept that little bit, but I don't know what it flew away. Hey, Texas, Virginia, Pearl. We'll just call you Pearl. Hey, Daisy, Vicky. So we're just cutting things on the Cameo, some tabs, and I'm making little flag paper clips for the Society of Idea Collectors. Let's see, do I want to purple? So what's everybody else working on? Anything? Is it too early? Because I know some on the West Coast it's, you know, much earlier than here. Good enough? Okay. So cute. I love little sari silk tabs. I mean, and then I have some little like t-shirt type fabric here, material that I wanted to try. Let's try one. I don't know if it'll be too floppy. Aw, thanks, Pacola. You're only seeing like a little area of it. This table right here, see, I rearranged the room again last weekend because sitting in front of the window was not working. And right now I still have the sun blocked off with a big piece, double piece of black foam core. I am adding to your color idea swatch. Oh, Jamie, yay. Okay, so that may be a little floppy. It might be okay for one, but I wouldn't want them all that way. It looks like a little puppy dog ears. All right, so that one's kind of a fail. So I'm not going to use that, but it could be used for something else, but just not this. All right. All right, so after this, I want to find something else, some feathers, some little feathers. That would be cute in the idea notebooks. And again, if you're just joining us, we're still recording, still going okay on this second part. I'm just cutting things out and doing some different little things for the Society Idea Collectors family. And I did two books so that I can show y'all both. So I'm doing the composition book that we showed, and I'm doing the same kind of format with the tabs and the setup and everything. And the Travelers, well, Midori, faux Midori. It's not a real Travelers. It's not a real Midori. But I have the Adorables, the fabric ones that Sister Woman made. So I have two of those. So I dedicated one to my idea notebooks. But again, for me, it's not big enough. So even though they're my portable idea collecting notebooks, they're not my permanent idea collecting notebooks. Does that make sense? Getting ready to go golfing. Oh, have fun. You're not going to go Zumba today, Colleen? Zumba girl? Okay, so you can see how many I got out of these sheets. Okay, so here we go. So that'll be enough tabs, I think. Now let me do a couple sheets of feathers. Little feathers are good decorative elements in a journal. Wonder if I could make peacock feather paper clips. You mean with you're gonna add that? You better add it to your idea book. If they're paper, they're not gonna hold up probably on a paper clip. It probably is not gonna hold up because you're messing with them all the time, you know. Okay. Yeah, I tried to do a Zumba thing at home, with a video, and threw my knee out. Couldn't walk for, well, I could walk, but I was limping like for a month, Colleen. I think walking is about the only exercise that I'm really going to be up for. Okay, back to my software. Hang on. Okay, we're done with the tabs. Let me save this cut thing because let me save this tabs 2.0. Okay. So, back to my library. Oh, these are, oh no, I found the perfect thing. These. Oh, y'all are going to love these. Okay, so I'll see if I can get 4 on a sheet. Let me duplicate 4 on a sheet. Oh, I love these. I forgot I had these. See, I don't get out my Cameo enough. Oh my gosh, I love these. These are good giveaways. Hang on. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'm going to cut them first. Okay, let's move that over. Move these over so they don't go off the edge. Oh, I love these. Okay. I love these. Come here. Yeah, the only thing is if you're using, I would make the little peacock feathers, but I would use them in my journal, not as a tab. I mean, not as a paper clip, because, for me anyway, I'm using these paper clips, moving them around, and if they're paper, especially even when I did my, even on my Adorable, I haven't even painted my tabs yet because I want to do that with you guys. But I made a space between, I made sure that when I tabbed my book, that the tab sticking out would not be interfered with the strap. So I made sure that I had a space between the tabs, right here, for the elastic, because otherwise the elastic's going to be smashing down your tabs and ruining your tabs. And see, here's all my paper clips too, with the Sari silk and ribbons. I have those at the top. It's hard on the knees. I wear a knee brace to prevent more injury to it. The wood floors have more give at the studio. Much easier on the knees. Yeah. No, probably not going to be talking me back into it, Colleen, just saying. Probably ain't going to happen. And so the same thing with the, I just glued them in, and these I just made with a circle punch, cut them in half, and then glue. I'll show you when we do a close-up. And then again, I have my things up here, and then this band holds closing, isn't going around and interfering with the tabs. Although I did leave a space. See where I left a space there? So if you do a band this way, the band goes in between the tabs and not mashing the tabs. Yes, you did try. I will continue to live through you and your Instagram photos. And again, you can also cut these. Maybe I should do that. I think maybe I'll use, what am I cutting out here? I forgot. Oh, okay. I think I'll cut some of these out. Well, they may be a little too, it needs to be almost just shapes. I'll use some scrapbook paper and cut something out so you can see what it looks like cut out on pretty paper too. Don't do sports, do art. Yeah. Okay, maybe, well, I'll just use this sheet. That's kind of, it's colorful, but it's not too, it doesn't have like this on it. It's just like this. Because if you're going to cut out shapes and cutouts, you don't want the pattern to, like, you can't see what the pattern is when you cut it out. So we'll use this. And the only thing about using a smaller piece in a 12 by 12, in your Cameo software, it looks like it's a grid. It's a 1-inch grid. It looks just like a Photoshop software or anything like that has the grid. So you just have to know that wherever you put your images, your die cut, your cut files, wherever you put them on that grid in your software is where it's going to cut on your mat. So you have to make sure, like if I moved one little flower into the right in the middle of my software, it's going to cut right in the middle of my paper. So you just have to like know your grid. Know your grid. Hey 3G. Okay, so I still want to keep making my paper clips here while we're chatting. Cutting and chatting and making paper clips. And I just got this 250 count colors of paper clips like at Walmart for I think $1.88 for 250. Like I'm never going to run out of them. They're the small ones though. I think you can get larger ones too. I just got the small ones because the small ones work well on like your Fedoris, Travelers, Midoris, composition books and all that. The big ones, and it's nice to have a couple big paper clips, but if you're wanting to clip a lot of areas, too many thick, big paper clips are going to get in your way of writing or anything else. Hey, Whippy! So, yeah, see, just little... I'll show them close up when we do a close up here. Alright, so let's cut this this fuzz off here. And they do ravel. The sari silk does kind of ravel, but that's kind of the cool thing about it. I mean, the way it looks. And you can always just give it a haircut, you know. You got the large ones at the dollar store? Yeah. They're nice, and they're good for like if you want to really do a nice pretty ribbon or something, or a nice sari silk bow or something really fancy. It's nice to have a couple of the large ones, but if you try to fill a whole composition book or traveler's book with those big ones, it's going to be, I mean, nothing wrong with fluffy and fluffette. You know, y'all seen my composition book fluffette. I'll show it to you again in a minute. All right. Let me show you. Let me get another thing started here. I want to show y'all these. Oh my gosh, I love these. And this is a good one to keep for a, I hope I cut it deep enough. I hope. This is a good one to keep as a negative space stencil, because they look like teardrops, raindrops, and just shapes. It's just cool. So, all right, now this is not the cool part, but look, here's the negative space, which makes a good stencil. Hey, Kay. This makes a good stencil. I will keep that. Not in the water. But what I want to show, God, may I have to probably get up there at the camera. Let's see here. Okay, I've got to poke out these. Hang on, let's make sure. Do they work? Do they work? I hope I need to cut it one deeper, because some of them are going to be a little fussy. I need to adjust my blade one deeper. Let's see. Okay, well, what they are like GPS. They're like GPS, you know, what do you call it? Not tags. GPS, maybe tags. You know, the GPS symbol. But look, let me get a couple of them here. Just, I think maybe it's just that one that's being fussy, because these are all working. But it could probably still be cut one deeper. Okay, that's the same. I'm going to get the different ones. What are they called? GPS tag? Is it a tag? Location tags? These are so cool. I love these. I'm going to punch out like the different ones here. It's the little camera one that's being fussy, I think. Hang on, something just popped up here. Let's close that out. The little GPS location. Okay, I got that one. I got that one. Is there 4 different ones? 5 different ones. Because I'll clean these out later. I just want to... Oh, there's one. That one's different. What else do I have? And there's a clock. The clock one is being a little... I'll hold them up to the camera. Hang on. You can get it on Etsy. I've had this sari silk for years, so I can't even tell you, but just go put in sari silk, S-A-R-I, sari silk in Etsy, or sari, it might be under sari ribbon, because it's like they're long strips of ribbon, and I just cut them up. Okay, I'll clean this off here in a minute. Hang on. This one just didn't work. Most of them I think are okay. So let me get a little piece of black. Here. No, let me get a piece. Hang on. Let me get something to put behind it. Okay. So, look how cute. The light's right there. Can y'all see? The lamp is like right there. I can't get too close. It flashes out. There's a little clock. Here's a little envelope. Here's a little flower. And see, they're the little GPS. Little house with a heart. Wait for it. I got 2 that are my favorites. This one, a coffee cup with a little steam, and look at this one, the little like Starbucks looking one with the little sleeve around the coffee cup. I know. So that's what I'm saying. I love these. Now what I want to do is I want to cut them out, or something similar on this paper, just to show you how pretty. But the designs might get lost. if I cut them out on this. So I'm thinking, what else can I cut on there? All right, let me just gather these up. I'll have to clean these out. See, here's the thing. See, when you cut them out, sometimes you have to punch out the little bits. See? You have to kind of pull out the little bits. And I'll do all that later. Hub's just making spaghetti sauce for today. All right, so I'll clean these out later. Set that aside. And let me clean off the mat. So you got to get rid of all this stuff off the mat. So that's where I take I have a big trash right over here. And I just take my little metal palette knife and I just scrape off into the trash. I don't know how fascinating this is, but I just thought I'd hang out with you guys because the only time I really ever do face-to-face is when we have company or I'd cut on the Cameo. So I said, well, I'm cutting on the Cameo today, so let me go ahead and do a face-to-face. I know, aren't they cute? Oh. All right, now I'm going to use the Jane Davenport paper here, and I'm going to put it right in the middle with there's going to be an inch on either side. So I just have to know that when I go into my Cameo software, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 inches on this side, and was that 10, 11? Yeah, so I got about, and I have to make sure that when I set my cut files in the software that it is setting in this area on the software. The software looks just like that, a grid. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and put this in here. Now, let me find something to cut. Where's my mouse? Here. So much going on. All right, so I can't see y'all for just a minute while I go to the software. Okay, so I'll call this GPS tags 2.1 because when you rearrange it, like I duplicated it, right? So I took the cut files, I duplicated them 4 times so it filled up the 12 by 12 paper. Well, rather than having to do that next time I want to use this, I'll save this as a separate file. So it's a separate file with it filling up the whole page, so that next time I go to cut those, I don't have to duplicate, drag, shrink, move things around. It'll just be the whole sheet ready for me to cut. Okay, so now let's see, what do I want to cut on the paper? I could just cut tags. Little flags would be cute. And so maybe some just plain banners. Maybe I'll do a couple of these whoops. Let's drag this and cut some of these. These are cute. Oh, but I got to make sure and not put them. I got to move them over an inch from the edge. And I can get 8 inches. So that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. I got those 3 on there. I think I got those 3 to fit. And then what else can I put on here? I could do a tag, but let's see what else I got. Because I have I'm not sure how many things I got. I probably have I don't have that many, about 400 designs. So I don't really have a whole lot, but let's just look at the flowers and the leaves. Because that's pretty to cut out on pretty paper. Let's see, the acorns are good, these little leaves. Maybe these little leaves. Let's go with that. Shrink it down, drag it. Uh-oh, don't want to drag that. And let's make this smaller. Are you cooking spaghetti sauce, honey? I can smell it. It smells good. Okay, that's not going to give me enough room. So I can't get all those leaves on there unless I shrink it down another. Okay, I can still make them tiny. Okay, I think I got this set, guys, hopefully. If I crop one off, it's my fault. All right, so let's go ahead and cut Send to Cameo. Okay, back with you. Okay, I'm getting chapped lips. Oh. This is going to be pretty. All right. Back to making a couple more of these little babies. It's too big. Hey to Hubster. Yeah, he's already come through and gone back downstairs. But oh my gosh, the onions smell good. He's making spaghetti sauce. I'll make the French bread and the salad. At least on the weekends, we try not to eat too late. He's the cook in the family. I told y'all, he's the better cook, no doubt. Okay, there we go. So again, if you're in the Society of Idea Collectors, I'm doing some little paper clips and little giveaways. All right, this one's too like, maybe that blue bit, but this is kind of a tangled mess. Getting hungry just listening. I know, right? Let's see, do I want a blue? Yeah. And there's all colors in here. There's lime green and yellow, orange and rust color, like a dark orange, purple, blue. I think that's all. That this is a little thick. Let's start over. I think I need to make a point. Just fussy cutting some eyeballs. What are you cutting the eyeballs for, Carol Renee? Hi, Jennifer Crackalacken. If you want me to help cut some, I am armed and ready. I need to have more people come over. I mean, I love it when y'all visit. I wish y'all, more people live close. I can't even get Suzanne down here, and she lives in the Atlanta area. Darcy, that one's just giving me fits. It's too short. Darcy Glam lives in Midtown, so I could get her. And Denise, who lives North Georgia, but they work so many hours, I can't ever get them down here together. I swear I always write my ideas in my Okay, May. I'm going to start a list of people that are in it and want to be in the Society of Idea Collectors. But yeah, we're going to put you to work. Just saying, you don't get to just be in it. You'll be working. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if did I cut it deep enough? Yeah, I guess I did. I always wonder, especially when I change it to another cardstock. Okay, this flag one is just the diamonds. Okay, so this one is also good for a stencil, but let me show you what this one is, and then I'll cut the leaves, show you the leaves. Okay, they're just dropping out, so that means it's a good cut. If the things are just dropping out, that means it's a good cut. All right, hang on, let me trim this off. So I'm going to keep this as a stencil. Okay, so what I did is I cut out 3 banners, but for some reason I thought these banners were like connected to and I could have done that, but I didn't know that it wasn't. So I got the little string part is separate from the little triangles, which that's okay, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be connected. So I have a whole bunch of little triangles and the 3 strings, but they're not connected. So that's kind of like, not loving that. But let me show you the leaf. But you can use this as a stencil. So we'll keep that. But I want to show you the leaves that I cut out. All right, let's see. I'm running out of room here. Okay, so let me punch out the leaves, and I'll show you how pretty they are on a color, decorative cardstock. And I just cut one little bit of it. I could have cut more. However, so these are the leaves I cut out. I'm just trying to, because I'm far away. So those are the leaves I cut out. Some oak leaves, just different kinds of leaves. And they're all in the blue section. I could have duplicated and done another set right here. But I'll still keep this bit of paper because that's too pretty to throw away. So let me get, where's that little black piece here? So I'll just show you a couple of them because I can't hold them on here. But I cut out all those leaves on the blue paper, see? So pretty. Okay, so I'm not going to keep that, but let's put that to the side. Okay, let's cut. I got 2 more sheets of paper here. I'm cutting things out for the Traveler's Midori composition book, whatever y'all are using. And again, I am making myself 2. Well, I have them already. I mean, I made the composition book one, but I already had the faux dory, adorable, and but I'm going to dedicate it to our project here. Yes, I know, right? Pretty. All right, let's go back to software, see what else I want to cut out for you guys. I'm not going to save this, so let's go back to the library. I love those. These are real popular. Everybody loves these. So I just got to make oh, but the thing is that one takes a long time to cut. So let's not do that. I don't want to take something that's too long to cut. And I want it to be something we can use in the journals. All right, let me move out of the flowers and leaves section. Those little bows, those are cute. Stencils, and of course, I have probably about 40 stencils, and I've shown y'all some. Like you can cut full page 12 by 12 stencils. Tags and banners, okay. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh, the little birdhouse frames. These, oh, they'll take a while to cut though. They may take a while to cut. See, some of the cutest things are so detailed. Everybody likes gears too. Oh, the little coffee cups. All right, this one. This one. And I'll make it kind of... All right, let's move the words off as much as I can. And let's duplicate this. Bring it down here. Let me flip it horizontally. No. Flip it vertically. Move that back. Now I want to flip it vertically. There we go. All right, let's move that down there. Y'all are gonna love this one. Do I got it all on there? Am I gonna fit it? Okay. What'd I do? Why is it asking me? What is it asking me? What's wrong? Do I have to fix this one? Do I have to outline this one? What's wrong? Why isn't this one wanting to cut? Wait for it. Why isn't it wanting to go? It's loaded. Why isn't this design wanting to cut? Does it need to be... Just a minute, guys. For some reason, this one might need to be... What is my issue with this? All right, let me save this and just see if it's this issue. Yes. Cups. Let me save it. Hang on, guys. I'm not sure why this one is not wanting to go to the Cameo. All right, let's try it again. One moment, please. I can't see you guys, so just a minute. Ah, here we go. Let's do this one. No, I don't want to do that one. One moment, guys. Back to the library. I think that one might need to be traced. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, okay. That's what it was. This needed to be traced. All right, so now let's just do it big so you can see them. I think this should go now. That's what it was. I think it just needed to be traced. Okay. Are we going? Yes. All right. I'll do them big so you can see them. But I want to do them smaller for you guys, but I'll do the large ones just so you can see them. Okay, back with you. Hey, Muse. Sorry, guys, when I'm in the software, I can't see what's going on here. And we're still recording. I need to go get something to drink. All right, let me get off my foot. Oh. All right, I'm going to go down and get something to drink, guys, because my coffee's cold while this one's cutting out. If y'all have any questions, hang on. I'll be right back. Hubster had made me fresh coffee. All right. Bye, May. Okay, back to some little paper clips. This is not much to see. Just thought I'd do a chat today while I was cutting, because I have to cut these out. So I thought I would do it with you guys. Let's see, this one. Oh, yellow. And I'm just making little paper clip, like flag things here. So if you're here in the chat live, I think May is. May said she was in. She's already left. But I want to make a list of who is here that's in the Society of Idea Collectors. I'll get out my notebook. Put you on the list. Yes, I thought so, May. All right, so there's a pen. Bye, May. All right, let's see here. Do I want to? I got to decide where do I want to put you guys in my lists here. This one, this one. Speak up, people. Speak up. Okay, I'll try to get, if I miss you. Okay, Judy Patootie, May. Aaron. Well, then, Aaron. Okay, you don't have to, as long as you don't have to use a physical book. Well, then it's not going to do me any good to send you any paper clips, is it? But I'll put you on the list. Zandra, Coloring Emily. Coloring Emily, I don't think I have your address. Pacola, Carol TMT. And y'all know if y'all have sent me your address. If you have not sent me your address, I have no way of sending you paper clips. So index, oh, Kimberly. Oh, Kimberly, yay. We talked about using index cards last week too, to note down things. Christy. Daisy Vicky. Daisy Vicky S, who changed her name. Yeah, I put you down, Aaron. I'm, you know, Grammy. Got you, Kimberly. Got you, Judy Patootie. Can I be a silent member? Maybe, Kay. I don't know. Hey, Rebecca. Rebecca, are you in the Society of Idea Collectors? Karen B. Okay, so if anybody else that's here, I mean, I'm going to ask, email me, I don't know if Eileen or anybody's here. Let me put it in here. I have to type it out though. That's the address I use for you guys. Flint, Rebecca. Okay, let's make sure this one cut. And I'll ask again. I'll ask y'all again. I mean, it's not like I have to know right this second. Okay, so did this cut? Did I need to do it deeper? Okay, I see what it is. This is a heavier piece of cardstock. Dang! This didn't cut because it's that I grabbed a heavy piece of cardstock, so that didn't cut. I've got a, okay, here's a thin one, so I should probably still go ahead and do my blade one deeper anyway, because just to make sure, because I am using some different kinds of cardstock here. Some is heavier than others, and the heavier cardstock needs to have a deeper blade, obviously. We'll cut again. Okay, Shells, Muse. And again, I'll get back with you guys. Lydia. You feel like you made cheerleading? Oh my gosh, Kimberly. Yes. Carol Renee. Oh my gosh, y'all are hilarious. Yes, you made the cheerleading squad. Okay, so let me recut this now. Hang on. Let's make sure I have it on cardstock. Okay. Don't get your hair stuck in the cutter. No. But were you here when I talked about when I first cut it this morning? Not my hair, the paper. There was a piece of string. I took the blade off to readjust the cutting depth. There's a piece of string wrapped around that tiny, tiny blade. If y'all know how tiny that blade is, I mean, it's like the tip of a needle point. And there was a string wrapped around that blade. I don't even know. Don't even know. Hey, Moomy. Oh, yes, Eileen. E-T-E-E. And I don't know, I'm putting Eileen, we're putting Janet down anyway. No, I already know that Janet keeps saying, she has one of the grid kind, what is that called? Hobonichi? She has a Hobonichi, the grid kind. It doesn't matter if you keep a planner, a journal, any of this stuff, guys. It's just some place to write your ideas down. That's the whole point. I don't care if you keep it in a composition book. We talked about this the other day. A composition book, an Adori, a Midori, a Fodori, a Travelers, a Hobonichi, a Fobonichi, a 3-ring binder. Because seriously, this is my portable one, but I'll show you. This is my idea collector notebook. It's a 3-ring binder. It's huge. This doesn't go anywhere, but this is what I collect ideas in, something this big. Yes, that's right. Janet does call hers the Beast because hers is really big and fluffy. Well, it's not really fluffy like Fluffette, but it's quite packed full. Janet's book, a postage stamp. No, Eileen. But look how, I'll show y'all Fluffette. I know I've shown y'all on camera, but sometimes it's hard to tell. Look, here, this is one composition book. This is Fluffette. No pages are glued together. No pages ever fallen out. I've covered the, it's just one of the school composition books. I've covered it with scrapbook paper, but other than that, it's just the lined paper that's been painted, tabbed, written in, pocketed, fold outs, flip outs. And I call her Fluffette. What kind of papers in my 3-ring binder? I do add like certain cardstocks and stuff if I want to draw. Like I might have a couple sheets of cardstock in every divider, but for the most part, it's just copy paper. Unlined. I don't like. I mean, I'll use ruled paper if that's all I have, but I punch or buy. You can buy blank blank copy paper that's already got the holes punched, but I have a screw punch that I can punch my own holes in it, so whether it's punched or not, but that's just what it is, copy paper. Yes, it comes out of my head. Well, I mean, you get lists and ideas all over the place. That's the point, Pacola. It's wherever you get it. If you get your ideas at Pinterest, and I talked about this on last week's show, which is 2 hours, and you probably just need to go watch the whole show if you weren't here. So it's wherever you gather your ideas from. Your friends, the TV, the computer, whether it's on Pinterest, Instagram, wherever you get an idea. My whole point of this is you got to write it down to remember it and ask questions about that idea to develop it further. So anyway, this is Fluffette. This started out as an address book about 6-7 years ago of everybody that was in my Ustream show, and all in the group. We all hung out at each other's, and we still do, and at each other's Ustream channels. So what I did was I started to make this as an address book with all the fibs, the friends in the box, with their addresses, favorite colors, favorite art supplies, or favorite things, back when we were doing All About You. But it just became too much to be practical for an address book. So it's not an address book. It developed into an All About You, your favorite colors, your favorite pets, and your favorite, just favorites and things like that. And it holds 100 people. I had to start a part 2, which has probably got another maybe 30 people in it, and then I just stopped doing it because it was just too much. But this is my original Fluffette, and she sits right here on my shelf. Jennifer Crackalacken. Where's my pen? Jennifer Crackalacken. Where's Terry Trouble? Anytime I hear Jennifer Crackalacken, it makes me think of my whip app, Crack the Whip. And then I got a new app. It's a soundboard app. Hey Debbie, anybody else popping in? It's a soundboard app that has just got some awesome sounds, but my favorite, we tease Terry Trouble that she's a cougar. This is what it looks like. See, look, it's got all these buttons on it. So this one is Terry Trouble. Oh, hey Linda, hey Linda. Yes, it was. I love doing All About You, Eileen. Maybe, I don't know. I can't promise that we'll bring it back, but maybe we should do a couple. But anyway, so back to the Whip app. So this is what I use. And it's so fun. If you're in the store, I love doing this kind of stuff. I'm sorry, I just do. You're in the store and Hubster's in front of me or something like that, Let's get crack-a-lackin', mister! So you have to do it with your phone. My eyes are watering now. Okay, but anyway, back to the soundboard. Will you give us an update on the baby? On the baby? Pacola? On the baby? Which baby? I don't know which baby, Pacola. I gotta cut. Oh, wait, here. We cut these out and I haven't pulled these off yet. Here we go. All right, so this worked. So just to show you how, and I want to do this one but smaller. But here's like the word daily. Let me punch out the. Oh, Lulu's baby. Yes, the update will be. I sent the card to. Here's the thing. I sent the card to CB announcing when the due date is for Lulu's baby. But until CB gets back with me, because she's at the Maryland retreat. So the card's probably sitting at her house. She's at the Maryland retreat. So when she gets back from the Maryland retreat, I will do an update on Lulu. So that says daily. Where's my? But look at these. I love these. Look at this little coffee cup. This coffee mug. I'm trying to get it in front of me so you can see. See, now I need this over my head with a little light bulb coming out of it. Here's one that says love. And again, I want to do all these scaled down so they'll fit in a journal better, you know. Here's one that says love. Let me pop out the middles. Yes, I know now what you're talking about. It took me a minute, because if you didn't say sock monkey, you said baby, so I didn't. Yeah, okay. So there's hello. Whoops. Hello. The little sleeved coffee. The little short mug here. I'll keep that little heart too. I know, aren't they so cute? And wait for it. Look at this. The old-fashioned telephone. Look, all that's punched out. Those are all holes in there, like the dial. Always wait for a project to cut stuff. Then I never have any stuff I need to make. Yeah, well, this I have. I mean, this is all going. This was all going to, you know, the ideas, the Society Idea Collectors. Because I can send stuff out like this with one stamp, you know, or overseas a couple, but you know, it's just a couple stamps, so it's not too bad. Super cute. Yeah, I know. All right, let me go back to my soundboard. Oh, well, I guess I could turn this off because that was the last one I'm going to cut for now. Angry cat. I love this thing. I'm sorry, I love it. There's just... Let's see. It's got like 3 or 4 pages. I'm just trying to pick out some of my favorite ones. There's a whip app on this one too. It's just not as good as my Indiana Jones one. Hey Dot. Dot, are you in the Society of Idea Collectors? Crickets is another good one when you're in line. Especially when the line's not moving very fast. Oh, and no one ever knows where it's coming from, right? Hey, Debbie. What else did you cut out? Oh, I cut out a whole bunch of tabs. A lot of tabs. Add to your resume, proud card cutting member society. Oh my gosh. So anyway, you don't have to tell me right now if you want to, you know, be a member of the Society Idea Collectors. But if you get an assignment to collect an idea, Just saying, you never know. Okay, so that's for now. Let's just move this so I'm gonna have some space. Alrighty. Alright, I think I'm done cutting because I have to dig out more cardstock before I can cut anymore. So we're gonna shut her down. Let me turn off my software. Let's see, I don't want to save this. I'll cut some more of those later. And turn this off. We're done with her. We're done with her. Let's unplug her. Her name is Her Majesty Cameo. That's my Cameo's name. She has a home. She has a 31 Studio. What is it? Studio 31. Denise bought her a bag. Look, I'll show you. Denise bought her a home with my initial on it. Is it a 31? What's it called? 31? Anyway, this is, I've got all my other, like, blades and other things in here, too. So she fits. Wait a minute, I gotta move this mat. So there she is. She lives in this home. It's the silhouette dot. It's a silhouette. Cameo silhouette. Well, a silhouette Cameo, I should say. The silhouette's the company, the Cameo is the kind. So, yeah. So there's her home. Okay, so now, if we want, I don't know what else to do right this minute. Drink a sip of my hot coffee that my hubster made. Yeah. So I got a whole bunch of that cut out, and I need to put it in an envelope. And that's another thing that's a good something to keep in your idea collecting notebooks, or a couple of envelopes just to put things in, you know. And I'm not telling y'all anything new. This is all, you know, I'm just trying to kind of like get people to collect their ideas in whatever kind of notebook that they are used to, like, you know, date planners, travelers, composition books, whatever kind, whatever you keep your ideas in. My point is to, I don't need this little paper on here. My point is for you to write it down, because people don't write their ideas down, they forget them. Hey, Pam. Okay, let me give, yeah, there it is. Jennifer Crackalacken just put it in there. Cheshire. Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. So, yeah, got that cut out. That was really what I wanted to plan today. I wish I could find the rock painting thing for, was it you, Cheshire? Somebody, yeah, Cheshire was asking about the rock painting. Can't find that, but I did find these when I went down there. Some more ideas. So does anybody have any questions or anything? You're a traveler's notebook addict. Yeah, Brenda, I've got the faux one from Michael's, and then I got 2 adorables from Sister Woman Jonna. But anyway, I'm making some paper clips, some tabs, some different little things. So we'll see. Thanks everybody for stopping in. We can turn the camera around, or, you know, I'd have to kind of like leave and come back because I have to take everything and move it over here. And if y'all, I always get people asking me how I stream, how I use my camera. Right now it's just up on a stick, up on, you know, higher up so you can see the whole area, which by the way, I'll turn it around so you can see the whole room. I have my window covered with my dark foam core so that the sun, because I had the sun coming in and it was just like a big white blob in here. But what I do is, I don't know if I can come around here. All right, so I have a yardstick right here. It's tucked under some weighted things here on the shelf. Right here in front of me, I have my, hang on guys, I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on, I don't want to sneeze on you. Hang on. So, so the yardstick is weighted down on the shelf because right here, here's my table, and then I have shelves on that whole wall. So I have a shelf right there that I can put the yardstick under, and then I just have one of those little gorilla clamps, the little ball tripods attached to my camera, and I just wrap those ball claws around here, and the camera faces down right here on my desk. And then I can like tilt it sideways. I can just adjust it like this, so I can just move it side to side. And then I can also slide the tripod up so that I can move my camera closer, farther away. But then I can just do this and tilt it. Thanks, guys. Oh, yay! I love going to museums and galleries. Dot. You started one, Jillian, an idea notebook. Yay! Pacola, how do you glue the tabs on? I'm going to show y'all that next week. But, you know, it's not really that hard. I just used some circles. And I did it on both. I'm going to kind of work in both books so that you can see how you can do it in either one. But it's totally up to you guys. Again, these are just my portable idea collectors. They're not what I use. I showed you my 3-ring binder. That's what I keep all my big ideas in. But so all I did was, I think I stuck it in another one here. On a punch, a circle punch, do one here. I just cut some circles out of a circle punch. Then I fold it in half, like that. I cut them in half, like this. And then I take the paper and I glue the 2 tabs together like this on either side of a sheet of paper, or on either side of your page. So, you know, that's all it is. It's a circle cut in half. Now I did make some tabs here today, if y'all were here. And then you can just write on them. I didn't paint or color mine yet because I'm going to do that next week. So y'all could just play along with me. But, yeah. But that's all I did for my tabs. Now, in my big 3-ring binder, I have some plastic tabs. I have the tall, the tall, I keep wanting to say 2Ps, but it's not 2Ps. It's, you know, the Project Life people, they have those tall ones. So I have some of the tall ones. I have the kind that stick out the sides, the plastic ones that you can buy for binders, 3-ring, you know, at the school, your school supplies. But if you want them, you know, to fit in your little books like this or like this, you're going to have to make your own tabs, right? So that's what I did. I made with just a circle, and then I also did some of these cutout ones earlier that cut out like this, and then you fold them over and just glue them on your paper like that. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I glue mine. I just put some Eileen's tacky on there, Elmer's glue, whatever. Smear it out and glue them down on your paper. It's no big deal. Yeah. So there's that. And again, I pulled these 3 books out. Now, let me move this before I poke myself in the head. Yeah, and so anyway, the thing about something like as simple as that, you just, even if you didn't write it down, if you made them, but if you didn't make them, write them down. And again, index cards, remember I showed y'all, use index cards because they have lines on one side, blank on the other, so you can, to carry around if you want to have something portable to take around with you. And or your Project Life type cards that have lines already on them. If you just have something like this in your purse or your pocket or whatever you carry around when you go out, if you just have something like this, then when you have ideas, you write them on this, then you can just staple, tape, glue, or transfer those ideas into your idea journals. And I'm not, again, guys, I'm not telling y'all anything that's not already out there, especially if you're in a planner group. Planners, trust me, they know how to plan out everything. I have a hair right there in my face. There it is. Have tons of, these type of ideas for keeping your ideas. But what my thing is I want people to do more than just plan, keep track of their day or their list. I want you to take the ideas and expand them and ask the questions, mind map them out like we talked about last week. Hey, Littlefoot, Juanita, She Spins, Dale Kwan. How you doing? And like last week, I used the example of glitter sprinkles on a cupcake, and it was just it came to my head, so we just used it as an example. So let's just say you like to cook, you like to make cupcakes. I don't cook, I don't even keep recipes, I don't even write down notes on food. But you have to customize your ideas for you because not everybody loves the same thing. I have tons of tabs and reference things and lists on history because I love history and different types of things about history. So I have my own things broke out for my studies and ideas on history. But if you're not into history, you're into something else, and you need to customize your idea journals, your idea, keeping your ideas that will, to what you do and what you love. So again, I used the example last week of the cupcakes and the sprinkles. So I said, well, I wonder. I just in my head, and we went into a store and we saw a cupcake. Well, here I got a faux cupcake. One of my friends used to make these. I got it sitting up here on the shelf. It's a faux cupcake. It's made out of like I don't know what all she made, but this is like not caulking, but some kind of, you squeeze out the. It's very light. It's paper light, and she puts them in the little in the papers. Anyway, so I said, I wonder if there's such a thing as edible glitter sprinkles. I know they're sprinkles and some are shiny, but do they look like glitter? Are they really as shiny as glitter? So is there such a thing? So that's where you have to start asking yourself the questions: who, what, where, when, why, and how. If there are, where are they? Who makes them? Where can I get them? If they're not, could I make them? Do I love cupcakes and sprinkles? Do I own a cupcake shop? Do I want that, in my shop? Do I want glitter sprinkles? And I'm sure there's probably glitter sprinkles. This was just it was just the thing that came for an example. And so you have to develop your ideas, but if you don't write them down and expand on them, then they're nothing more than just a list. So that's my point of the Society of Idea Collectors, is not just keep a list, which I do that too. I've got thousands of, I love my list. And from the list, though, you have to develop your ideas and mind map them, question them, and all that. So that's kind of where we were going with the Society of Idea Collectors, is you collect not just lists or things you do in the day, but you expand those ideas out to make them practical, useful, productive, like that. So that's where we're heading with this. Hopefully there'll be enough people that want to like play along. Hey, Terry Trouble. Oh, Terry. We were just talking about you a minute ago. Sorry, now my eyes are watering. I'm laughing so hard. We love you, Terry. Okay, so when I went downstairs, someone was asking me about can you decoupage napkins on rocks, to like do painted rocks. And you can, but you need to paint your rock white so that the napkin is vibrant and not gray. You know, it's just like on paper. You want to, if you use napkins like we do in the napkin journal, you want to have a white paper or a cream color, light color, so that the napkin images show, you know, bright. Otherwise it dulls them down. And so anyway, I went downstairs to look, because I know I have a book on painting rocks from 30 years ago. I mean, at least probably 30 years ago. But I couldn't put my hand on it. But I came across these other 3 books. So one, which I asked Eileen if she has it, and she does. The Metal Craft Discovery Workshop. I think we said it was from 2005. And this kind of stuff, if you like Seth Apter's distressed, or Tim Holtz, or any of those distressed kind of things, you will probably love this kind of book, because it's all on that kind of well, let's see, there we go, try not to have it flash out with the lamp, but it's called Metal Craft Discovery Workshop. You can get ideas out of it. Okay, so anyway, this one was by Linda and Opie O'Brien. Again, that's like from 2005. These I just found on the shelf while I was looking for the one book I didn't find. The Decoupage Gallery. This is a collection of over 450 color and 550 black and white design motifs, and they're on your slick paper. So, you know, you can cut them right out of this, because it's double-sided, so you lose one image or the other. But it's well, maybe not all of it. No, just half of it is. Okay, the black and white image. The black and whites are double-sided, but the color are not. So you could cut out the color ones without the hurting the back. I mean, you know, nothing on the back. And yeah, that is a good book, isn't it? The metal. So anyway, this one is D. Davis and Gail B. Cooper. Let's see. And it being called Decoupage is probably kind of old, so let's see here. Looking for a date, 2001. So this is 2001, so this is 16 years old. And I've not cut the thing out of it. But you could make copies of it too if you didn't want to cut your book up. Me, I'd probably just cut it up, but I already did there's a lamp right there, so I'm just going to kind of back up here. So you can see it's all full of things to cut out and decoupage. So books like this, or clip art books, or color books, or anything like that are awesome to cut out, you know, and decorate your journals with, which we do here all the time. That's, you know, the things I'm telling you guys are really nothing new as far as the making of the books, a book to collect ideas, art journaling, note-taking, list-making, all that. There's a gazillion books out there. What I'm trying to get you guys to do is not just do that, but to use those ideas and lists and things you've written down And to write the ideas down, of course. I mean, I think all of us in some form or fashion keep journals and notebooks and planners to some form or another, some extent. Whether we, which I don't do a daily diary type thing where I write down everything, I do. But we all keep ways of, even if we just keep it on a post-it note. But then, you know, do we ever really use those things? And a lot of times the good ideas escape us because we don't write the ideas down. We might write lists and plans and things we've done that day. You know, it's great to keep a planner to keep track of what you have to do, especially if you work outside the home or have kids that you have to run all over the place. Of course, Denise does all hers in her phone. But if you need to you know, to keep track of all that stuff, that's one thing. It's one thing to plan your day and work your plan. But it's the creative ideas that we get that we just let, oh, that's not important. Oh, the cupcake sprinkle, oh, well, I'll remember that. But will you, you know, if you don't write it down? So if you cut out from the book and use in a journal, do you use okay, Kelly, if I'm going to use something like this just in a planner, well, and I use a planner loosely, okay, because I don't do planners. If I use it in a journal, an idea notebook, or decorating some of my things like that, if it's just for decoration, I'll just use a glue stick or Eileen's tacky if it's thicker paper. If it's in my mixed media collage art journals, I use matte medium because it's all about the piece I'm making, the collage piece I'm making. It's not just about writing down some ideas and keeping track of them and mind mapping them. And the other thing I want to kind of talk about is, and this is why I thought that if you use just a 3-ring binder, which I use but it doesn't leave the house, or like my little faux dory that I can take out of the house, I can decorate that up to a certain extent, and I'll stick in little cute cards or stickers or something. But am I going to do a full-fledged collage in there with matte medium and paint? No. I won't do that because that's not the purpose of that book. Those books for me are to collect ideas in. But I know people like to make their books pretty. And if they can't make their books pretty, they're not going to carry them around. They're not going to use them. They're not going to write in them because they're just not that pretty. Most of us are not going to just take a composition book and do nothing but just write in it. And I've got tons of Moleskines that I do that. I'll just write that. They're all for just writing ideas and mind mapping them out and expanding the ideas. So for me, they're two separate things. Although you want your travelers or your composition book to look nice, to me that's secondary to the idea expanding. Does that make sense? Hey, welcome back, Janet. Yes, we added you to the group. So whether or not you decorate a faux dory, a traveler's, a composition book, or your binder, it's totally up to you. But don't make it so precious and pretty and perfect that you're not willing to scribble down at any moment on any page a big circle and mind map something out, or just write one big word and start treeing out, you know, put branches and expanding. If your book is too precious to do that in, then it's kind of defeating the purpose. How did you attach your hanging embellishments? My hanging embellishments. Oh, well, and again, this is one of my adorables that I can carry around with me. Normally, I don't even have tabs in it. I put the tabs in it to show you guys. I don't even tab my little carry around books, but I tabbed it so that I can show y'all. these are just, if you know how the traveler's journals work with elastic bands or elastic cording, this one is one that I put my own inserts in with the elastic cord. And so it's just left over, you know, off of the cord. It's just one of those little Tim Holtz little, one of these little Tim Holtz little opening. This opens up, and I just hung a couple charms off of it. So it's just attached to the elastic cording. If you want to do something like that in your composition books, and also I did tweet this out, but I haven't said it on the show yet because I couldn't remember last week when I was talking about doing the fluffy composition books, that I remembered that there was somebody that did it like 8-10 years ago. I think turned out to be 7 or 8 years ago. But I found her as Tangi Baxter. Go find Tangi Baxter on YouTube, and you will see her. Now she didn't use her fluffette for address book. She just did it for, well, whatever her purposes were to do it. But she was the first person that I ever saw 7 or 8 years ago that made a fluffy composition book. Now mine is fluffy, and I call her Fluffette just by the sheer use of the so much in it, and so much information and people and all that. But she shows how, if you want to make you a Fluffette and make it fluffy right off the bat. Let me get another composition. She takes her composition books, and she'll take each page and crumple it up like this. She'll crumple up her pages, flatten them back out, take an ink pad, let's see, where am I here, and kind of swipe over it. I don't even know if that's going to show. And distress every page in her composition book. Again, let me re-stress this. That's fun, and that's fine if that's how you want to do your composition book. But are you going to write your ideas down and mind map on top of that? Wrinkled, inky, crunchy paper. So if you want to do a fluffy, fluffette type of composition book, do that as a separate project. I would anyway. That's what, got Fluffette and all the other notebooks. My point in doing these is not the prettiness of it. Nothing wrong with it. Decorate it as much as you want. But if you're not going to scribble your ideas in it, it's too pretty. Does that make sense? I would rather you have one of these that you carry around with just your ideas in it than a Fluffette that's beautiful, but are you writing your ideas down and expanding them, questioning them, asking questions of your ideas, mind mapping and branching them out? Are you doing that, looking up words? And what about, are you questioning anything? Or are you just making another pretty book? Nothing wrong with that. I've got hundreds of pretty books, right? If you want to decorate your books to look anything like however you want them to look like, but that's not the point of this. It has to be practical. Exactly, Rebecca. You can decorate it as much as you feel comfortable, as long as you're still writing in it. And some of the planner girls, and I love planners. I love everybody that does those planners. I follow tons of them on Instagram. Love them. They're beautiful. And I see people, writing out and mapping out what they do in the day. But I see no expansion of ideas in there. They're not like working idea books. They're perfect. They're written perfectly. They're beautiful. Everything's outlined with stickers. Love it. Love every bit of it. but I see no mind mapping, no, what about this? Who's doing this? Well, how do I make that? Can I expand on this? Is it somebody invented this? Oh, here's my list of inventions that I know of. Can those inventions even be expanded on? I see none of that. And that's why I wanted to do something like the Society of Idea Collectors for the purpose of your ideas, not just another pretty book. Janet is selling them for $1,000. selling fluffettes? Selling what? I missed what Janet was selling. Well, anyway, so that's just, again, and it's so easy to do, guys, to start. Okay, now I made my tabs, so let's all paint our tabs now, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you how to do that, making some pretty paper clips. But again, my paper clips are for my sections. So again, I don't normally tab my idea carry around, because I'll put all the ideas in whatever page and then come back and use my big 3-ring binders for more expansive ideas. But I made little paper clips in here and tabs to show you how you can divide up your ideas into different sections. If there's a gnat there, go away. So, oh, she's selling her woven journals? Well, I guess I'm glad I got in on the ground floor and got one. Yeah, Janet does these, she uses the magicals and does these beautiful papers with the magicals, and then she cuts them up in like 1/4-inch strips, and then another contrasting paper, and she does paper weaving with them, and then she turns that paper weaving into journal covers. They're beautiful. As soon as I get mine, I'll show it off. But Janet's Monkey Island Madness, so if you don't follow Janet. So anyway, any questions, guys? Did I kind of like over explain? I know I have a tendency to do that. I do. So there was that book, the Decoupage Gallery book. And these, I just found these downstairs on my shelf when I went down looking for the rock painting book by Moomy. And then this other one is called The Complete Book of Floor Cloths. And if y'all remember, and not just necessarily floor cloths, but we used to do back in, I don't even know, let's see, back when? Back in 1997, 20 years ago, we would use, it's called duck cloth. What it is like unprimed canvas. You can buy it primed too. You can buy primed and unprimed. It's called duck cloth in like the fabrics, and you can get it, well, I don't know if you can get it probably at an art supply store, but not like at Michael's. Joann's Fabric probably had, any place that sells fabric. Hobby Lobby, I haven't looked at Hobby Lobby, but I haven't looked at doing any of these for years. But we would make not just floor cloths, but wall hangings. It's like you can do your paintings on duck cloth, which is canvas, and you could prime it even more if you wanted it even smoother. And we'd make floor cloths and banners. And Denise just brought me a whole bunch of them that I had made, long banners for the kids. And you can do, I had animals, and you can do zoo animal, you can do whatever. And just like you would on a canvas painting. But what's nice about doing it on canvas not mounted is then you can roll them up, and you can ship them easy, and all that. So Eileen spoiled. But anyway, so this book on floor cloths, here's a big, you can see how big you can get them. This one's as big as a full-on under rug there. Yeah, placemats. I mean, that was other. You can make placemats. I made floor cloths and banners. So, I mean, I may have made a placemat or two, but I don't remember. But, and then there was all the faux, and I have downstairs, I got all kinds of faux techniques, because I used to do murals, right? So you could do, there's all kind of faux techniques you could do on them, make them look like marble and, splattered, and I mean, you could do anything to them, just like you would, trompe l'oeil. It's just all kinds of, I'm trying to find something that can hold up here and show you, because I'm not, I'll show the books again next week. But like here's a marble one. Look at that marbleization. Can you see it, the marbleizing? Barb painted rocks and works. Okay, I know that Barb was going to, I haven't seen her show on painted rocks. So there you go, Barb Owen, if you want to know about painting on rocks. Kat just said that she painted on rocks. I haven't seen that show, so go check out Barb. I don't have any plans. Somebody just asked about it. I have no plans to do them. Somebody asked me if you could decoupage napkins on rocks to make them look like painted rocks. And yeah, and you can, as long as you paint the rocks like white so that the napkins the design doesn't get lost. Because you have to peel the napkins apart to glue them down. And once you peel the white background off of a napkin, a decorative napkin, then they're like translucent. So if you put that on a gray rock, you're going to lose all your design. So paint your rocks. But if you want to paint, the book I have somewhere around here, is probably 20, 25 years old, had, where you paint the little bunnies, turn the rocks into looking like little bunnies and animals. I don't know what Barb is painting on hers, if someone wants to tell me. Is she painting little animals or what? Went from painting floor cloths to driveway art. Yes, Eileen, I know. Anyway, guys, so if y'all want to see any of these books close up next week, I'll keep them out because I just pulled them off the shelf when I went downstairs. So any other questions? It's got really kind of dark in here. I can take the dark thing off the window now. That maybe, let's see what happens. I take this off, lighten up the room a little, and I can turn the camera around so you can maybe, I'll open the window here. Now that the sun's gone over the house, so you can see the whole room a little bit, if y'all want. And then we'll probably just go. When Jennifer told me about Barb's Rocks. Oh, okay. Was it a recent show? It had to be a recent show because I'm pretty well caught up except for maybe the last 3 weeks of Barb. So if she did it in the last 3-4 shows, then I probably missed it. But I usually don't get more than about a month behind on everybody's shows. And so I try to keep up with everybody. But some days, they pile up. Very interesting stuff on Barb's Rocks, way out of your league. Would love to see the new room. Yeah, so all right, let me explain what I did. I got to unhook. Okay. And then I'll go, because once I move the camera, I can't get it set back again. So I'll just show you the room, and then we're going to go ahead and go. Again, this is how I have another yardstick right here stuck in the shelf, and this is where my camera hangs down right here, and that's how you see me stream all the time, right here at the desk, and then I can just like move it around. So I had my desk at one point over by the closet where I have my big jean illusion, my illusion quilt blanket. I'm not sure what you call it, but it's a Mona Lisa. And you only can see her, well, you can kind of see a faint outline of her looking straight on, but you have to look at her sideways, and then you see the whole Mona Lisa woven into. Jean handmade that. Well, anyway, I used to have this table under that, but it was so dark over there. I said, well, I'm going to move over on this side of the room, the complete opposite, under the window. Well, as y'all know, trying to stream under the window, right now it's the sun went behind a cloud. It was just way, way too flashed out. So I had to go get, because my table was over here, I got 2 pieces of foam board. This is the same stuff that I made my little shelf out of here that holds my pencils and markers. So I can just open this up and cover up my whole window. And so that is how I block out the bright sun. But even that, it was still not, the lighting wasn't still working for me. So I have moved from there to behind here at this table. Here's another table right here with books on it. So I moved to that table under there, and now I'm back over here. So I have moved 360 degrees around the room. I haven't gone back over to that side yet. But I have I have three tables and a drafting table in here. So depending on how I configure them, like this is a 6 foot, and I have two 4-foot tables, and then over there is my drafting table. So I have to kind of go around this table right here to go out the door. And I got a fan right there blowing on me. So Jennifer told me, okay, let's see, tree, would love to see, show the room so we can have studio envy. Now remember guys, I have been in this room for 17 years. So it's like I know every nook and cranny, every shelf, every drawer, you know. And then under here, under this table, is where I have my big bins of scrapbook paper in a, you know, vertical, so I can flip and find the stuff. So that's under here. So anyway, I'll do a little bit of a, let me turn this, maybe this light on over here, and I'll just kind of weave around the room for you, and then we're going to go ahead and go. So I hope y'all enjoyed just hanging out a little bit. Thanks Carol TMT. She said she streamed yesterday, so for me to go ahead and stream today. So okay, so I'm going to take the camera off, and let me I got you kind of clipped onto my lappy here with the cord. I can't do too, I mean, I only can go so as far as lappy will let me. So I'm going to come up here. So all right, I'm going to cover y'all up so you're not too, all right, so here we are. I'll show you where I'm sitting. So this is where I'm sit all the time, right here at this desk. And I'm going to try to keep it not too shaky, but I'm not good at moving around with the camera. So here's where I sit, and right here, there's my laptop. Y'all were right up here on a stick. And then here's my thing I built here. This is my marker and pencil foam core 3-tiered shelf where I keep my pencils and markers. So I'll just kind of pan around. Now it's gonna be kind of flashed out. Maybe I should put, here, hang on. Let me put this back up here a little bit. Just kind of block a little bit. There we go. Because there's the window, and you see I can block it out. This opens up, then I can block out the whole window. Here's all my rolled paper, so I'm just going to kind of go around. Journals all up there. And so you can see, here's where I sit. So this shelf, sorry guys, I'm not good at holding this steady. So while I'm sitting here, here's where the camera is on this stick, hanging down right here. So I'll just move slow. I'll just pan around, guys. I'm not going to tell you all what everything is. I've done all that before. There's a lamp right here, and these all have daylight bulbs in them. So all that's my journals. This whole shelf here is all journals. Hang on, I'm gonna set y'all down a minute. Wait a minute, I'm gonna turn this lamp on. It's gonna kind of be a little dark in here, but we'll see. How's that? So yeah, so I turned that lamp off. So that's all journals right there. Then I go out the door, but here's where I'm sitting right here. And there's 2 tables, so I have to go like around this table, around the fan, and go out the door over there. So let me just pan around. There's my Mona right there. Another lamp over there. So let me go under the cord here. Hang on, guys. So there's my drafting table. It's my drafting table there. Another table right there. So I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3, 5 tables in here, and then everything else is floor to ceiling. Let me move my chair. Everything else is floor to ceiling bookshelves. And then here's all my art books over here. Over here. There's the window. There's my paint cart. I did take my other 3, I have 3 more carts like these. 3 more of these kind of carts like this with the towers like this. And I moved them to the other room. They have all my collage stuff in it because I didn't have room for those 3 carts. So all my collage stuff Okay, hang on, guys. Let me turn the light back on. All my collage stuff is in the other room because I ran out of space for collage. Whoops, you're upside down. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Anyway, so there we go. So this is where I sit. And again, up under here, I don't know if you'll be able to see. No, it's going to be too dark under there. I was going to show you where I keep my other papers, but it's too dark. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Here's all the stuff we cut out. Here's my paper clips that I was talking about we made. Here. Like these. Little sorry silk paper clips. And I'm not good at going around the room, guys. Don't email me. If you got on here and you came on in the end of the show and I'm zooming around my room, don't tell me you got dizzy and threw up. Please. Please, don't tell me about your vertigo and don't tell me you threw up. I don't want to hear about it. Just, yeah. Move along. Move along. Oh, you do like my pencil organization thing? Yeah. So anyway, I'll show these next week when I'm kind of more... Hey, Jean. Yeah, hey, Jean. I'm just getting ready to leave. But I did record. There's like one... I won't put up probably... Unless it's more than 10, 15 minutes. That first 10 minutes it disconnected. But this last hour, however long we've been here, an hour and a half... So anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go before it gets so shaky. And I'll see you guys. Xandra is supposed to, am I correct? Xandra is supposed to stream tonight with the girls at the Maryland retreat. I forgot what time. Jean told me earlier, but I forgot what time. From the Maryland retreats, Xandra, CB, Patty, Tolly Parrish. Who else is all out there? I forget. But anyway, so there's a art retreat out in Maryland that's been, how many years have y'all done it now? Well, Jean didn't go this year. Has it been 4 years? Is this the 4th year? I forgot how many years the retreat's been going on. I'm just kind of sitting here, guys, because I'm holding the camera. How many years? You're welcome, guys. I hope y'all just had fun hanging out. 9 Eastern is when they're going to stream. And they'll probably stream what on Xandra's Scraps to Beauty? On Xandra's channel? Get crack-a-lackin'. Okay, Janet. I was wanting to see how many years the retreat's been going on. This is the 3rd year? Okay. For some reason, I thought this was the 4th year. 4 sounds right to me, too. But maybe somewhat Kia, maybe she's gone, so... I thought it's been 4 years. I mean, I thought this was the 4th year. But it's a 3rd year, I think? Okay. All right, guys. Well, thanks, everybody, for being here. It's just nice to do a face-to-face every 6 months or so. So y'all see I'm more than just fans. All right, guys. Thanks. See you later. Bye.